Well, it seems all but a foregone conclusion now that Prime Minister Anthony Albanese will call some form of royal commission into the Bondi terror attack. And I can reveal that he is likely to announce this royal commission as soon as tomorrow. And it has also been reported that this royal commission may wind up being a joint venture between the federal government and the state of New South Wales. Great news on the face of it, but I have to tell you something. I am deeply cynical, and I am worried that we are about to see a political stitch-up of epic proportions, which will see Labour finally call a royal commission, but with terms of reference so narrow that the inquiry is hamstrung into delivering a report that exonerates Albanese, his cabinet, and the ALP for their failings not only leading up to the Bondi Beach massacre, but since October 7th and even beforehand. Because if we are not careful, Albanese will call a narrowly focused inquiry that is designed to replicate the work of the Richardson Review and focus on security agencies rather than the broader problems of anti-Semitism and how reports of its dangers were reportedly ignored by Albanese's own office. I think nothing short of a full examination into this phenomenon is required, not only to find out the truth about the alleged terrorists and who they might have worked with or had support from, or what their links might have been to Islamic State, but also into issues of culture, migration, and yes, Islam, which is practiced peacefully by the majority of Muslims, but which also shows a pattern of being used to justify terrible atrocities. There must also be a look at the way anti-Semitism has taken root in schools, academia, and the arts, places where Labour has a strong base. And whomever runs this royal commission needs to be someone clear-eyed on all these matters, not someone who sings from the same hymn sheet as Albanese about harmony and unity being more important than facing up to hard questions. Yet I'm afraid that the signs are not looking good. This would not be the first time we have seen this. Just look at the way in which Albanese is talking up new hate speech laws that may wind up even capturing LGBTQ communities and people with disabilities and all other sorts of categories of people, rather than focusing on the problem of anti-Semitism. Again, it's all a move to distract, an attempt to reframe what happened on December 14th, away from a focus on questions about Islamic radicalism, and instead to suggest that, well, what happened was the result of some generalized hate in the community that pulled the trigger and which needs to be stamped out. But you know what? It's also nonsense, because for as long as I've lived in Australia, long before Labour came to power in 2022, it's only been Jewish schools and Jewish houses of worship that have been the only faith-based institutions requiring their own constant security. Not Catholic churches, not Sunni mosques, not Hindu temples. This is not a generalized hate that's the problem we're talking about. It's anti-Semitism, and that's what a royal commission needs to look into.